I think Ryan's about to be on with us. Ryan, what's up, man?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm here in Brooklyn. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. We're in Colorado right now, so it's nice and sunny. I don't know, is it sunny in New York?
No, it's gross out.
Oh, really? Yeah, we had that last week. It snowed like 3 out of the 4 days last week, so that kind of brought the cabin fever to an all-time high. So
Oh wow, yeah, then you're really stuck.
yeah, I know.
So
It's
did you end up crushing the egg with your bicep?
no, I haven't done that.
Okay, I want to
That
see
was
that
you
if that
sending me the links?
happens. No, I didn't. I just saw the comment.
Oh, okay. No, maybe I'll jump on TikTok tonight because I've gotten in. I don't know if you've gotten any weird habits, but being quarantined this whole time, at least I've gotten a little stir crazy. Even though I get to go out and be on the radio for a couple hours every single morning, but I've gotten really into TikTok. I don't know if you're on TikTok, but I'm
We
really
are. We don't really do the challenges though. What are you doing on TikTok?
just random videos, honestly. Like if I see something that I like, I'll try and recreate it, or maybe if I just come up like, for instance, just the other day, a couple nights ago, I did, like Ted. Have you seen the movie Ted?
Yeah.
The teddy bear. So I've got the costume from a while ago, maybe a couple Halloweens ago, and it looks legit. It's a full blown Ted, like head, everything. And I dressed up in it, and I did like a little. Have you heard that video? Like, come get her, she's dancing like a stripper. So I popped on that and did like a little strip routine as Ted.
As Ted.
Yeah,
Of course.
it was a
Did
little
it go
odd, but I
viral?
think people dug it. People are going a little crazy, so maybe they dug it.
All right, that's next for me.
All right, yeah, I challenge you to do that. That'd be epic, actually. All three of you guys do it.
Sounds
But
good. Yeah.
congrats on Bang. I mean, it's been out for a minute, but it's such a great song, and I know that everyone here loves it. I've been jamming out to it ever since it came out. But
Thank you, man.
yeah. So take me through what life has been like with you during this whole pandemic, especially being in New York.
Yeah, we've just been obeying what they tell us to do, which is stay inside and stay safe, and wash your hands a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I've just been using this time to produce a lot, just create a lot of music. Yeah, I was saying, it wasn't at all my plan. Our tour frame of mind and our music making frame of mind are completely different. Whenever we're on tour, I can very rarely create something that I'm really proud of musically, just because it's a much, I don't know why, it's a much simpler way of thinking when you're on tour. It's okay, now I go to the dressing room. Okay, now I eat lunch. Now it's time for sound check. You become almost just a pawn in the
Yeah.
whole machine.
Scheduled.
What's that?
It's almost being like a robot. You're so scheduled in your day. It's like there's no time to be almost. I mean, I'm sure you're creative all the time, but there's no time to be like that. Super, just concentrate, sit down, and just let everything flow.
Totally. Yeah, it's very hard to think outside of the box when you're very in the box. Okay, it's time to tour, time to be a
Yeah.
machine. So I was kind of in that frame of mind of, yeah, I probably won't be producing for a little while. And then were we still supposed to be in South America? Oh, okay. So last week we were supposed to be in South America doing Lollapalooza, which I was so looking forward to. Obviously, we aren't, and that got postponed to December, I think. But as soon as that got canceled, then I realized, okay, I'm not in tour mode anymore. I just snapped right into music mode, and every day basically has been waking up and creating new songs.
Nice. Yeah. So can you give us maybe a preview of something that you're working on right now that you're really passionate, you're really excited about?
I'm not going to give you a preview, but I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
Um, there, our last album was called Neo Theater, and the album concept really came together in a cohesive way about 2 weeks ago, and we kind of came up with what we're thinking of as a sequel to Neo Theater, a little bit an expansion on the Neo Theater universe, and we're extremely excited about it because I think it's just very different from Neo Theater in a way that's very exciting for us.
Oh man, that sounds amazing. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure with all this extra time, you guys have been working nonstop on coming up with ideas, obviously writing, producing, just coming up with a general outlook of what you want to do next.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think when you're writing from an honest place, you're definitely mining your life a little bit. You're mining your life for what are the things I care about, what are my opinions on the world, what will make good songs. And with our first couple albums, Living Room and The Click, it was all kind of the most uh, the first things that came to mind. You know, we had a song called Netflix Trip about The Office. It was kind of the first thing that came to mind of what's a show that really impacted me, The Office. It didn't take a second or third tier and level of mining my life. And so now we're at the point where this is our fourth album. So we're really getting outside of our comfort zone. And it's no longer the first things that come to mind. It's now like the first thing that comes to mind, we're like, oh shit, we already did that. Okay, what's an even deeper way to say that? So it's an interesting challenge to be 4 albums in at this point.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, and you guys are crushing it. Going back to, you were at Red Rocks here in Colorado just last summer. Take me back playing that show, because I didn't get to go to it, but everyone who said, we have a couple people on here that said it was absolutely killer. And I've heard that you guys go all out with theatrics. You had a big, almost backdrop, almost like a movie screen that you guys were playing to.
Yeah.
So take me through that, and also, what was it like? Have you always wanted to play Red Rocks?
Red Rocks, I'm not even saying this. Red Rocks was probably the best night of my entire life. Just truly. Since I was, 10 years old, my dad constantly said, oh, you'll know you made it when you play Red Rocks.
Yeah.
It just was always ingrained in my mind. Probably even more than Madison Square Garden, truly, was you'll know you made it when you played Red Rocks. And so it just kind of hit me right before. I'm really lucky. Austin, our videographer, got it on film. I just broke down crying right before we went on, because I was so present. I was so in the moment, and like, shit, like oh shoot, sorry. I don't know if I'm allowed.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. I'm doing this thing right now. I'm so in the moment. I'm like crying as I go on stage. It was the first moment that I felt as AJR, like, right, this is not the next step to this thing. This, in a way, feels like the thing we were trying to get to, which is an incredible moment to feel. So truly, I'll look back and always say that was one of the best nights of my entire life. Yeah, in terms of the show, as the fans that are watching know, we care about the live show probably just as much as we care about the album. We try to think about the album as the Broadway soundtrack to the show that is the live show, where those things go hand in hand. And so we try to lean very heavily into, like you said, the theatrics. We had a treadmill on stage where Jack was walking and interacting with the video wall kind of seamlessly. That kind of stuff really excites us, because it takes the music and just makes it that much more 3D when you're seeing a visual. And for the next tour that we're planning, which who knows when it'll happen, hopefully this year, but if not next year, it's going to go even farther into the theatrics. You're not really going to be able to tell anymore what's real and what's blended into the video wall.
That's awesome. Yeah, once again, we're with Ryan. He's joining us on our Instagram Live, obviously, from AJR. Yeah, I'm hoping, keeping our fingers crossed, that, because you're supposed to be here August 13th at the Pepsi Center, so we'll see what happens. I'm sure you don't know that much information. It's really not like you can snap your fingers and you guys are on tour magically, you know?
I so wish I could, yeah. No, but no matter what, that tour is going to happen, you know? So we'll be playing the Pepsi Center at some point this year or next year, we promise.
Cool. So take me through, like, so when you're obviously writing music during this whole pandemic, this crazy world that we're in right now, do you find yourself wanting to write music specifically for this time, or are you looking past and you guys are just doing what you normally do and thinking of other things than what we're in right now? Because I know it must be a hard mindset to get into, to see past this and to see when we get back to quote unquote normal life, or somewhat.
Yeah, it's tough. In some ways, it's almost impossible to avoid this situation and this uncertainty and isolation. It's kind of impossible to avoid it infiltrating the music in a way. But in some ways, it's kind of our job to use a sports analogy, to throw the ball where the player is gonna be, not where they are right now. You know, so we kind of have to think a little bit about when this album comes out. Knock on wood, all of this craziness will be over. People will have been looking back on this craziness. What's the ethos of that. You know, how do we write an album for that moment?
Yeah, because obviously, I mean, some people are having a really hard time, obviously, throughout the country and throughout the world with this. People have lost their jobs. I mean, it's affecting a lot of people, not just people who have the virus, obviously. But you don't necessarily, I can imagine, as an artist, you don't want to bring them back to that moment in time.
Right. It's interesting. I have no idea how people are going to remember this. I think obviously it's an extremely serious thing, but on the other hand, it's an interesting thing for everybody that is doing okay right now, that isn't, you know, horribly suffering, which is a very real thing. For everybody that isn't horribly suffering, it's an interesting moment to be stuck in your house wondering what's going on outside and be seeing the news of what's going on in the world. It's beyond being a horrible thing. It's a fascinating moment in our world.
Yeah, for sure. So being in this, especially being in New York, so Jack and Adam, were they in New York with you, or do you guys live near each other?
Yeah. Me and Jack live together. We live in Union Square.
Okay.
Right now I'm in Brooklyn. I'm at my girlfriend's house, and Adam lives in Chelsea right now.
Okay. So how have you guys been getting together a lot to work on music? Have you been doing, I don't know, like a Zoom conference call on what you guys are planning next, or
We've been doing a lot of writing over FaceTime, which we've never done before, but
that's
it's
awesome.
worked okay. There's a lot of like, okay, let me write that verse. I'll call you back. You know, I'm gonna hang up now. Let me really think about this, because it's hard to write something while you're also like holding the phone and making eye contact with someone else. You know?
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so what is it like going out? So how often do you get out of the house? And if you do get out of the house, what do you do? Do you go for walks? Do you go for runs? What takes you through, like take me through like your decompression stage, or what
Yeah.
your escape is?
We honestly try to not leave the house at all. We have to leave the house a little bit because we have a dog and we have to walk her.
Oh yeah.
So we make sure to, you know, take routes that nobody is there. I don't know. There's a nice roof here, so I get fresh air. I don't know. I feel silly complaining. You know, there are people that are really suffering. I'm putting myself into the music fully. There are people that have it way worse off, so I'm gonna ride this out, and hopefully everybody's okay.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Yeah, just for us here in Colorado, we're a little bit lucky considering that we're not in a huge city. So we've got a lot more open space, just kind of roam around, go for walks, go for hikes at some point, but we're definitely trying to stay home and just be safe. I don't know if New York City just put in you have to wear masks, or you're required to wear masks going out.
Yeah, correct.
Have you guys had any end of the light, or like a light at the end of the tunnel? We're gonna going into maybe phase one or phase two of actually slowly going back to, companies going back to work a little bit by little bit. But have you
Oh,
guys
wow.
heard any of that?
I have no idea. I don't think we're anywhere near that yet. I think maybe New York peaked already, but it's still going to be a while before.
Yeah. Well, and you have so many people in such a tight space.
That's the difference between me and you. Yeah, exactly.
All right, Ryan. So I've got I like to do this thing called Carson's Quirky Questions, where I just ask you just random questions, and you can answer them. You don't have to answer them, but they're just kind of fun questions to hopefully the listeners will like them.
Let's do it.
All right. So number one, and this might be the question, right? You may have just answered it, but who was the last person you texted, and what did you say to them?
Let me look. Hold on one second.
Just putting you on the spot.
Let's see what it was. This is so boring. It was my manager about this Instagram live.
I kind of picked
the most boring answer.
Fail at the last minute. That's hilarious. All right. What is your favorite quarantine food? Like, what have you been, is there certain food that you've been just scarfing on all the time or snacking on?
Ready? I'm going to take you to my pantry.
Nice.
And I'm going to show you exactly what it is. Bingo.
Goldfish, yeah.
We've kind of been in camp. We have goldfish, we have Welch's fruit snacks, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We're basically at day camp.
Oh, I love it. Throwing it back to like the old school kindergarten days when your mom packs your lunch and you got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and some goldfish. I love it.
That was the best. Yeah.
All right. So have developed, we kind of touched on it earlier. Have you developed any like weird hobbies or habits maybe being in this whole situation that we're in right now?
Um, Wearing the same shirt every day has definitely been a habit. It's like, what do I really need to change this today? I'm seeing no one.
Yeah. Do you do like the smell test? Because I find myself doing that sometimes. I'll come home and I'll like have a pair of shorts because I don't wear jeans. I'll wear jeans to work, but then I come home and change into sweatpants and I'm like, I kind of pick them up sometimes like, am I good? Yeah, I'm good. I can do that.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, I can wear that another couple times.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Ryan. Let's see. What are you binging on Netflix or any other streaming, like maybe Hulu or any? What are you hooked on right now?
I am hooked on Shark Tank.
That's always a classic.
That's a good one. It's like one of those rare, like, I guess it's a reality show that you don't feel dumber after you're watching. You actually feel a little bit smarter after watching it.
But then you get an idea that pops in your brain, like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, exactly.
You could have made millions off of it, right?
Yeah. Um, what else? We just watched Girls.
Okay, I
That's a
haven't seen
really
that
good
yet.
show. Yeah, that's a really good one. What about you? What have you been watching?
Obviously Tiger King because everyone's watched that.
Yeah.
I'm just really like I'm just catching up on all my shows. I want to do Ozark because I've heard that that's pretty good. I haven't seen it yet, but
Yeah.
everyone's been raving about it.
Do you like dark shows? Because it's pretty dark.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can get into it. I can get into a dark show every once in a while. I have to be in a right state of mind, but I feel like I'm running out of things also, so I'm kind of stretching for other shows that I typically wouldn't want to watch.
Hmm. You seem like a dark guy.
No, okay, all right. I'll take
No,
that
I'm
as a compliment. um, what's your dog's name?
Shay.
Shay.
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of dog?
She is a Bouvier.
A Bouvier. I don't even know what that is.
It's where's it from? Belgium? France? Belgium or France? I forgot which one.
Oh, okay. All right. I like that.
Yeah.
How often do you take Shay for a walk?
We have to do it like twice a day. It's like the reason why we have to leave.
Okay, so it's not terrible. It's not like every 4 hours or something like that.
No. Twice a day.
Let's see. So do you have a COVID area in your house or in your place or at your girlfriend's place? Do you have a certain area? It's like your comfort zone when you're at that specific place or apartment. Like for me, it's like I've got an L couch, so me, it's always the corner.
Oh, interesting. I think the shower.
The
I often
shower?
come up with my best ideas, and yeah, everybody that knows me knows like, okay, I'm gonna just go write that verse in the shower, and then I come out and often have written something cool.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's way cool. It's interesting to see like when just talking to creative people like you. It's interesting to see when because everyone's different, every artist is different. When you guys come up with the lyrics or just ideas for songs.
Where or when? What did you
And
ask?
it's just interesting to see like your thought process. Like you're in
Hmm.
the shower. Some people wake up from dreams and they write stuff down, or they have a dream and then they write it down, and then they
Yeah,
remember for the next song.
I think we almost never have sat down and said, today we're going to write a song. Let's see what we come up with. I think just about always it's come to us where I'm in the shower or I'm walking down the street and suddenly we get hit with some cool inspiration and go to write.
That's way cool. That's awesome. A couple more here for you. So, what is on your? Do you have a post-pandemic bucket list? And what is on it? Like, what's the first thing? One of the first things you want to do as soon as this whole thing gets back to normal or semi-normal? What besides going on tour, obviously, because I know you guys are chomping at the bit for that.
Yeah. Going to the movies again.
Are you a big
I
movie
love
buff?
going to the movies. Yeah, I
You
am.
like that experience?
I love it. Yeah, I love it so much more than seeing it just on my computer. I love the popcorn. I love sitting with other people. I love everything about that.
Being
Um,
in nice recliner chairs.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, all the typical things, going to restaurants, going to the park.
Okay, so going to the restaurants, what is your favorite restaurant? I would imagine in New York. And then also, what's your go-to entree when you go there?
I think my favorite. This sounds so bougie, but I love seafood. I love like oysters, like a raw plate of different seafood.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get really good seafood out here in Colorado. We don't have too many good seafood.
Oh right. Got to come to New York, try the oysters.
Kind of landlocked, yeah, for sure. Um, Anything else that we can expect in the near future from AJR besides the obvious going on tour, trying to get back to touring and all that?
Yeah, we are definitely going to put out an album. I don't know the exact date, but the album will come out kind of when it's ready, but it's definitely in the works, and we'll definitely this time around trickle out some songs before the album comes out, so you can look forward to that.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, you guys just came out with Bang not too long ago, so we're all still jamming out to that one and digging every second of it. So
Thank you, man. This was fun.
yeah, Ryan,
I'll see you
thanks.
soon, man.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on with us, and hopefully we'll see you August 13th at the Pepsi Center. That'd be awesome.
I really hope so.
All right, take care, man.
See you soon.
Bye. There you go, guys. That was Ryan with AJR. Thanks for joining on this, and I'll post it so that way if you know some other fans that maybe want to take a listen or maybe see Ryan, I will post it so that way you can see it on our Instagram for at least 24 hours. All right. But thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for hanging. I will catch you tomorrow morning with BJ and Jamie. Have a great afternoon. Be safe out there. Be careful. Bye.